And I would imagine that, to me, I think that's why I feel like this Iowa team, although their offense is worse than last year, worse than the Big Ten championship, I think they have more of a chance in this game because one thing you knew about Cade McNamara was that he was not going to turn the ball over. He was not putting the ball in harm's way. He was going to check it down. He was going to, if that deep throw and that, that big play wasn't there, he wasn't going to take it. Whereas JJ is going to take some chances. I think that's just in his DNA,
Yeah.
with just the confidence, that I think he has, and it's gotten him here to this point, right? So I just think that I agree with you. I think there will be at least I think one turnover from JJ, but I mean, even with that, I don't think that's enough for Iowa to win the
No
game
one is
because
saying, and
if
no
you
one is
took
saying that. No, and no
right,
one is saying
correct.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
just I'm
right.
just
Yeah, I'm not saying that
yeah.
he's going to lose the game. I'm saying that getting more of a feel for how this young man likes to play the position, his style, he's going to be extremely productive, right? He's going to put up the stats. He's going to have the exciting plays, but within that, he will have a share of turnovers. Look, Pat Mahomes at times turns over the ball.
Hmm.
Okay, it happens, and so it's not um, a diss to him saying that he's going to turn the ball over. It happens when you are aggressive as a quarterback, right? And we want that here in Michigan. That's why we wanted JJ to take over because we believe that his style and ability unlocks can potentially unlock this offense to be more explosive than they've been in the past. But within that, we have to expect some additional turnovers coming from that. But just because we expect it doesn't mean we excuse it and we're like, hey, it's okay if you turn over 2 or 3 times. No, he has to be cautious and pick his spots when to be aggressive and not.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Can you answer
What are
this,
you?
Des? Dave
Yes,
Snow there keeps asking, what the hell are we talking about? When does he put one ball in danger? He just did it Saturday. Well, I don't understand. Like, Dave, did you watch the game Saturday? Did you not see him fumble the ball versus Maryland?
I would say that is one ball that he put in
I
danger.
think he fumbled twice, right? Michigan recovered both times.
And Dave,
Yes.
it's not
And
hard
he
to
also
pick an
threw an
over.
interception at the goal line that the guy stepped out by about that much, or it would have been a pick. That was a
Yes,
Hmm.
yeah, that's
terribly
that.
underthrown ball.
Yeah, and it was across the field, and I talked about that during the post game. Like it was across the field throw. Now, I mean, technically, Ronnie Bell had the edge towards the. If that ball's thrown, if it's not overthrown, Mark. I mean, Ronnie Bell has to step going towards the corner of the end zone, but part of the problem was he threw it across the field, which is typically a no-no as a quarterback. So, look, he's going to take his chances. There's a chance he's going to try that again, and he'll probably complete it next time. But it doesn't mean that it's the right or safe throw, right? So it's going to be how the nature of the beast with him, and we're going to point that out. But at the end of the day, Michigan is a way better team than Iowa is, but they have to do their uh, handle their side of it too. And one thing about this defense for Michigan that I'm concerned with is their ability to stop the run. At times, Maryland, who is not a great running team per se, Hembry was able to be pretty effective on the ground. And, and Toledo was able to pass the ball pretty effectively at times as well. So, look, they gave up 27 points. Now, I do think Maryland's a better offense than Iowa. But my point is that I don't think this Michigan defense is quite as good as they were last year. So, we're still trying to get more of a feel for how good they can be. Are they average? Are they good? Are they great? We don't know yet, but it's definitely different from last year. I think we can tell.
Correct. And Nala says, I'm critical on JJ too, but he was trying to make plays. And that is the potential problem because if we come in here post game after the Iowa game and JJ was trying to make a play, extending the play longer than he needed to, and like Dre just said, throwing the ball across the field, across his body, and throws a pick six, right, or one or two, right? Are we going to come here and say, oh, it's, no big deal if Michigan lost, but, JJ was just trying to make plays like that. And that's literally, that's how it happens. It's literally how it happens. So, like, yes, that trying to make plays is important, but take the plays that are there. Like when with a team that has a reputation of just the turnovers, interceptions, being in the right spots, that mindset has to kind of go by the wayside for at least for one game. At least for one game.
Yeah,
So
just pick your spots. And I think people, it's funny when I see comments like, we all need to support JJ. We're being hard on him. No, we're talking about the positives and negatives of his game. He's not perfect. Did I miss the boat that he was a perfect quarterback? Of course not. So we're bringing up the things that he needs to work on so he can reach that potential that he has. Look, the kid has, but look, everybody sees it. He has the potential to do everything he wants to do in this game. But there are certain things along the way that he has to clean up. And as he's going through that growth process, he's in the midst of playing football games. So some of those pitfalls, some things he's working on, can hurt him in the moment. That's why we talk about it, guys. Not to say he's not going to be great, but because I'm sure there are things about C.J. Stroud that some Ohio State fans want him to do. Maybe run more. I don't know. But there's always going to be something about your guy that you want him to do or improve on. That's all.
if you guys think we're hard on JJ, you should watch the Iowa channel and watch Corey talk about Spencer Petrus. This is nothing compared to how critical Corey is on the Iowa quarterback. But to keep it on JJ, though, this is why he came to Michigan, to play in these high leverage games, high leverage situations. And no one's being critical of him, just trying to give advice on how, not that he's listening, but trying to give advice on how to be better, right? I'm sure that hit that he took on that fumble didn't feel great. No. Well, I don't want him to deal with that either, right? So it's just how to get him to the next level.
And say what you want about them. Iowa is a physical, traditionally, it's a physical football team. Now, they may have their deficiencies talent-wise throughout certain years. We know that schematically, especially offensively, they're broken and they're trying to find themselves. But they are traditionally a very physical football team. So, you don't want to be out there taking unnecessary hits, exposing yourself. And that's why it's very critical. It's all fun and games now for some of you guys in the chat, but let JJ, start running. He take a nasty hit and he's out for the game. Let's see how happy and go lucky you are then, right? And that's what we're talking about. He has to protect himself. Everybody's want to bash Cade all they want, but you put, Warren or Orgy in a situation that they've never been in their life to win a tough road game at Iowa, and let's see how comfortable you are then. You'd probably be clamoring for Cade McNamara. So I'm just saying, just be careful when you're to not focus on or consider things that can hurt you potentially. Look, there's a chance that JJ can go out there, go 22 for 30. They're probably not going to pass it 30 times. I don't know. 15 for 18 for 245, 2 touchdowns, no picks, runs for a touchdown, is the player of the game. That could happen on Saturday, right? But there also could be potential for some turnovers as well. He's young, guys. We don't know. This is his first road start. That is a big deal. I remember C.J. Stroud struggling his first road start at Minnesota last year. It happens. And that young man is going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. So don't discount just because a kid is talented. It does matter when you're getting your first road start in Big Ten country. It does. And it will be an adjustment for him.
Agreed. I want to read this comment from Jeffrey Russell Jr. Thanks for the comment. It says, if Iowa can get pressure on McCarthy and slow down Corum enough, I think Iowa has a chance at Kinnick. That is a very tall task, my friend. Very tall task. But Mark, what are your thoughts as far as JJ kind of protecting himself, protecting the ball? I guess us being critical of him.
Yeah, well, I kind of talked about, what I think he needs to do in regards to protecting the ball, but also playing to his athleticism. And that's just be decisive. Be decisive. Every play, you're either going to deliver on time, you're going to throw it away, or you're going to take off and run. But don't stay in the pocket for too long because, again, this is a kind of defense that looks for opportunities to turn you over. Dre mentioned JJ overthrowing receivers downfield. He hit Ronnie Bell in the fourth quarter. I think he missed on 4 deep shots before that.
2 to Roman Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, what I find, what will be interesting to track over the next several weeks is, obviously, if any one of us were evaluating 2 quarterbacks and we took them out and watched them throw, we would want the guy that can throw the ball the furthest. Like, we're just talking, we're just throwing deep balls, because obviously with a Michigan wide receiver room, you don't want a guy that can't reach the receiver and you're wasting that downfield threat. But if he continues to do this, let's say he just for some reason has a propensity to always overshoot these guys, he's not giving them a chance to make a play on the ball. If you get a quarterback that's underthrowing those deep shots, that's not good. But the receiver wins that, especially that wide receiver room should win those 50-50 balls, those quote-unquote 50-50s, maybe 70-30. And the way he was throwing them on Saturday, he's not giving anybody a chance.